We're letting people in. Okay. Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome. We are recording this. We have it hopefully just on speaker view. Just double check that you're on mute so that everyone can hear. We want to be really respectful of your time. Keep this short and sweet. My name is Tiffany Smith, and I am a diamond with Young Living. We will talk about what that means later on. So I know some of you are here for many different reasons. Some people are already in love with Young Living and want to know how to get their oils paid for. Some are wanting to earn just a few $100 extra dollars a month, some a few thousand extra dollars a month. Some would like to create a legacy income. And that really is the beauty of this business, is that you can choose the level of income and what works for you and what you need. So wherever you are on that scale, whether you're like, yes, I'm into this, or I don't know, I don't want anyone to even know I'm on this call figuring it out, we want to welcome you and know that you are welcome. And we're excited to be sharing with you. Our teams, this is Gina. Do you want to introduce yourself real quick, Gina?
Yes. Hello, my name is Gina Lichtenberger, and I am also a diamond with Young Living. And I've been doing this since I joined in 2012. I've been doing the business since the end of 2013. And my team is Essential Families, and Tiffany's is Living Life to the Fullest.
Yeah. And so whichever one you are, we are just excited that you guys are here to listen. So both of our teams are really passionate about serving people and empowering people in their health and wellness journeys. We're also really passionate about helping people build a successful business that brings extra income into their families. We are both super passionate about this business because the products for Young Living changed our lives. But also it just allows us to help people, to help them feel better, to sleep better, to have better stress levels, to heal faster. And that is what we are passionate about and what we love. We know that there are tons of different social networking companies, and even within one company, there's lots of different teams. And so we want to make sure that you find a company and a team that fits with you and your values. It's one of the most important things about this business. And so we want to talk a little bit about those things. The first thing we want to talk about, though, is why social selling. So we've heard this named many different things, right? There's network marketing, social selling, social marketing, multi-level marketing. All of those are the same thing. So whatever name you want to call it, it is really a genius business model. If you ask me, I did not understand this and had a misconception of network marketing as being pyramid schemes. And I think a lot of people have that misconception. Pyramid schemes are actually completely illegal, and that is not at all what multi-level marketing or social marketing is. So what social marketing is instead of spending millions of dollars each year on advertising, on shelf space, on commercials, on having a building, all of those things, social networking companies pay its people to be its advertisers. So they pay people who really use and love the products to share with other people. So families use that money for groceries, for dance lessons, piano lessons. So it takes over full-time income, lots and lots of different things. But it's important to understand that all that's happening in social networking is that they're taking the finances that would otherwise be used for advertising, which for most companies is about 50% of their profit. And instead of using it for that, they're using it for us. And it is statistically proven over and over that the number one thing that makes people buy something is a personal recommendation from somebody that they know and trust. And so that's why it's a genius business model. Another reason why you want to think about social selling is it actually has the highest number of female millionaires in any business model that there is. It in 2020, it had $179.3 billion in sales worldwide. The market is growing at a high rate of 3.7%, and that's forecasted from 2021 to 2027 for network marketing to grow at 3.7%. That's a huge growth as an overall business model. It's a low cost for startup with a high potential for reward. So for example, to start a business with Young Living, the business kit is $30. You cannot buy a Chick-fil-A franchise for that, I promise. So it's a very low cost with a high potential for reward. The thing that I love the most about it is the flexibility of the schedule, being able to work from home, work from my phone, being able to take time off during seasons that we need, being able, like we're in the middle of a snowstorm and kids are home and haven't been in school for 3 days, and I've still been able to work my business and do what I need to do while they were home. And so the flexibility is really amazing, and the flexibility to be able to grow the business while you are either working a 9-to-5 job or grow the business while you're a mom with homeschool. You can really do it alongside things instead of having to really shift and change gears. It's actually fascinating that network marketing as a whole has its own economy. So it is usually not affected by the larger economy. People still purchase these products. There are things they use every day in their home. And so it's just like groceries aren't necessarily affected by the larger economy, whereas it goes down, and it's the same type of thing for network marketing. And really more people are chasing down network marketing opportunities now due to job cuts, due to automation, due to people wanting flexibility and more freedom in their lives and their time. It's really a business model that people are chasing and looking into right now. Gina, do you want to do Why Young Living?
Sure. Yeah, definitely. So why Young Living? There are a lot of reasons why Young Living is awesome. One that's not on the list that we came up with that I want to share right now, though, just based on what we're doing right now on this call, is that we really, the people that are in Young Living are really in it for its purpose. It's product. It's about the product. It's about the people. It's about the purpose. Tiffany and I are technically competitors of one another, like we should be competitors because we have two separate teams. What I do does not benefit her financially. What she does not benefit me financially. But I've never seen another network marketing company with as collaborative of a spirit as Young Living, as that we could say Team YL. Tiffany and I work together on so many different things. We'll have classes that we do together. We bring our own people. We get signups, and the people who we invited will sign up with us. We educate each other's people. Like I've never seen this in any other network marketing company. So that's one reason I would say why YL. I have a little sneak that came in here, and everyone's not supposed to be in this room, but
can you check the chat room too? They just said some people are still in the chat room.
In the chat room or in the
waiting room? Sorry.
Yeah, there's no one in the waiting room right now.
Okay.
But I'll keep an eye on it.
Okay.
While I'm talking. But also Young Living it may be a huge company, but it's also a family owned company, and it has been for 30 years. They don't have huge boards or corporations that they have to answer to. They don't have people bossing them around and telling them what they can and can't do. It's a $2.2 billion company now, and it doesn't feel, I mean, it is, we see that, but as far as working it day in, day out, it feels like a small business. It's truly incredible. They have over 600 life-changing products that work really, really well. Ask any of us, like that's why we started. That's why we got into it. My business kind of took off, even despite me not wanting to do the business, because the products worked so well for me that people started to take notice, and they wanted to know how I was doing so well, how I was healing, all that kind of stuff. And I just had to share. And so we've got amazing, amazing products. We have 25 seed to seal farms around the world, and we're growing. We're in 100 countries globally, and we're also growing there. We are the only essential oil company who has our own farms and who stewards the from seed to seal, from planting the seeds in the ground, actually from cultivating the soil, all of that stuff, to planting the seeds, to then all the way to the bottling process, all the way to your home. We are the only company that doesn't outsource all of that stuff. So that's pretty amazing. We have industry-led testing that's done in triplicate. Over 20 different tests are done in-house, and we have third-party testing. We have Young Living as a company has a heart to serve. They support several different ministries and nonprofits. They're making a difference around the world and employing communities where all their farms are. That's one of the hugest things that I see is every place that we have a farm, those communities, that speaks volumes whenever those communities absolutely love Young Living, because we are bringing industry to them. We're bringing them financial prosperity. They're not selling, but we're providing them. I mean, they are, but we're providing them jobs on the farms, and they absolutely love it. It's a customer-driven business, and 88% of the orders in Young Living come from customers, not business, not brand partners. So people just use and love the products. So that's almost 90% of the people who order Young Living are simply customers, and that's pretty awesome. So why join our teams? Well, we're a little bit biased about that, but like she said, we have a lot of the same. I mean, we both are super, super serious about encouraging, equipping, and supporting our people along the way, whether it's just how to use and love your products, how to get healthy, how to get well and stay well, we always say, or to build a business. Like we're there to support you. We have consistent education daily in our groups, and we have consistent ways to educate our people through email and through texting and through in-person classes. So we offer quite a bit of support through our teams, both of us do, and together. What else? You want to speak to that a little bit more?
Yeah. Well, I just want to go back to, because I think it's important to understand. I think most people assume when you're doing a multi-level company or a network marketing company that they think, oh, I need to get in at the ground floor or the bottom floor. And it's important to know that the majority, like a high majority of any network marketing company goes under within the first 4 years because they can't quite get it off of the ground. And so the fact that we're a well-established billion-dollar world leader business, that people know the name and have seen the name, actually benefits you. And so we both came into this when the company was about 20 years and have still reached a rank that less than 1% of people have been able to achieve. And so we both have businesses that are very large volume businesses. And so it's just really important to understand that coming into a well-established business with systems and training, and that has already done this legally and is all over the world, is really, really a benefit to you. And then also for our teams, like she said, we're very service minded. So we don't like awkward sales calls. We are not a call 100 people and that you don't know. We don't like cold calls. That's not what we do. We both, and the majority of people, like she said, almost 90% of people are customers because they love the product. And both of us actually came into this not expecting to do the business or not wanting to do the business. But when we got the products in our home, it changed our life so much, we couldn't not share it with other people. And so that's where our businesses grew, from this heart of, we have to tell people about this because it's such a game changer for your health and wellness. And so that's how we service, that's how we educate, that's how we train on our team. So it's important to know that if you want to be I'm going to call 200 people I've never met a day person, we're not the team for you. You need to find a different team. We're more about education. We also really want the first focus for people to be about their own health and wellness. And so it's often that we'll tell people like, well, what are you using? What's your health goal? What are you doing on a daily basis to help your health and wellness? And we are really striving for balance. We want there to be a work family balance, a healthy balance. We don't want any kind of business to take over your life. So we're really important. We're about the long game. We're about consistency and doing this. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But we're not about just rushing and making some fast bucks and getting oils and leaving people hanging. That's not who our teams are. That's not our heart in this at all. Do you want me to keep going?
I can talk about the questions that we get. So some questions that people get, if they're, I see some people on this call who I know have been doing it for a while, and there's some people who maybe haven't been doing it for, actually, I was going to ask you that in the beginning, like, would you just type in the chat if you are already oily, like if you're already signed up, if you're already doing this, or if you're just thinking about it. That just would be helpful for us as we look back at this. But so some things that we get asked a lot are like, how much inventory do we have to have? What do we have to, like, what is the initial investment for this? Well, the initial investment is, first of all, you just have to, you have to be a customer. You have to have an account with Young Living, and you have to get a brand partner, a business essentials kit, which is $29.95. That's all you have to do. That's the only initial investment. You don't have to have anything in stock. Tiffany and I have a lot of extra stuff on hand. For one reason, because we have, both of us, she has 6 kids, I have 5 kids, and we see people constantly. And so we like to have things on hand that we can help them with, but we don't have to have that. In the beginning, I only had what I needed for my family, for myself, actually just for myself. I started just only trying to heal my own body, and then I moved on to my family. But you don't have to have anything. The cool thing about it is that everything that they need to purchase, they can purchase on the website. You get to educate them on the products, and then they can order them off of the website. If you happen to have it on hand, you can swap it out with them, but it's not necessary at all. And so that's an awesome thing. Another thing is that you don't have to purchase a product, especially when you're first starting. You don't have to purchase every single month in order to get paid. You do have to have a certain amount of volume, which that means that you have to have people who you've signed up who are placing orders in order for you to get paid. But as far as yourself, and all that stuff is the intricate details you'll find out whenever you sign up to be a brand partner. But you don't have to spend a certain amount to get a paycheck, which is awesome. As you get up in rank, there are minimums that you have to make, but they're still so minimum that we far exceed them just to be able to take care of our family. You don't have to enroll people with a specific kit. Whenever we started, there was a specific way to start. Everyone had to get a premium starter kit in order to enroll, and it was $165, $170. And we still think it's the best value because it's a diffuser and all the oils that you would need to set up your own first aid wellness kit in your home. But you don't have to do that. And so what's awesome is that people can sign up if they just want to try the lip balm, or if they just want to try the lavender that you told them would help them sleep. They can sign up and they can get started. And so it makes it like the easy button. What else? There's no yearly fees, no required monthly purchases. You buy what you want when you want. Of course, there are rewards whenever you do order monthly, and all of that is awesome. Whether you're a customer or a brand partner, you are eligible for those types of things. Mm-hmm. And it's getting loud over here. And so now we're going to get down. I think, is this where we get down to the nitty gritty of the amount of money that you can make? I have a little graphic that I can share on my
Not
screen.
quite yet.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the other things we want to, these are just frequent questions that we get. Like she said, like you don't have to ship your own product, you don't stock it. We always get questions about, well, I don't want to do cold calls or lose friends or be super weird, because everyone's had a bizarre interaction with somebody trying to sell something before. And so really all we do is share what we love already, and just share what we're using personally. It's the same thing. Like, can you guys imagine if Target gave you some money every time you referred somebody to something you bought at Target? Like, wouldn't that be incredible? That's really all this is. It's product we're already using and we refer, and people in Young Living pays us for that. Another question I always get is, how do we build alongside motherhood? I just want to say that I built this business with 6 children. I had a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old when I started. So 3 in diapers. I was homeschooling and working part-time. And so it is possible. It is very possible to do it. It took dedication. It took a commitment. It took having to sacrifice a few things like, movie nights and things like that. But I think because I was so busy is why I was so committed to doing it, because I wanted time freedom so bad for me and my family. And the beauty of this is you can really decide your hours. The key is consistency to it. And so I don't want to say like, oh, just work, here or there. It's really finding the time. So maybe it's nap time for you. Maybe it's after bedtime for you. Maybe it's a couple hours on the weekend. But you find that those times that you can do it. That goes too for if you're working a 9-to-5 job. So maybe you take your lunch hour to do some work. Maybe you wake up a little, maybe you focus on the weekends, but there are lots of people who were working 9-to-5 jobs that they hated. And this has been the answer for them to get out of that 9-to-5 job. So I always hear, but how much time does it really take? So this honestly really depends on you. Like we said before, you can grow this as fast or as slow as you want. It depends really on what you want to do, what your goal is, and how much you want to make, and how quickly you want to do that. I always say a good solid 10 hours a week is a good average to go for. When I say solid, I mean that means you're actually working those 10 hours, you're learning something, you're doing something, you're focused. So it doesn't have to be straight together, but it has to be like a scheduled time. In that, like I said, it can be lunch hours, weekends, nap time, however it can fit in. But I do always recommend blocking out the time and being focused in that hour of that day that you have. And I want you to really think about this as you start. Where are the hours you can have? What would look like balance for you? And what is your time freedom goal? Because for me, I sacrificed a little bit of time for a few years in order to gain a ton of time for the last 5 years since. And so you really want to be focused on this. But again, we really want there to be a balance. We don't want this to overtake people. This is about having a good, healthy mental health and a good health freedom. And so I think if we're intentional about it, it is very simple to do. We just have to be very, very intentional and very consistent. And then that kind of goes to it. Like the next question is like, but what does it really take to be successful? And I can tell you that we have been with the top leaders of this company, and there is people all over the map. There are introverts, there are extroverts, there are old people, there are super young people, there are people who are influencers on social media, there are people who do not have social media. I mean, there's people who don't even have electronics. So there literally is, when you go to those meetings, you really believe anybody truly can do this. And so what it really takes is they were committed, they believed in the product and the company, and they were consistent. And they all had a willingness to learn and do personal growth on their own as well. So the main things I think for success are committed, consistency, and a willingness to learn and grow. And now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty on, but what kind of money can we actually make? And again, this is entirely up to you and what you want to put into it and get from it. She's going to show the income rank.
Okay, hold on just a second.
So Young Living has 9 ranks. The ranks are actually based on the amount of volume of sales for your entire team. Those are you and anyone that's underneath you, and how many people you're helping to achieve their business goals. She's going to put up here the latest numbers from the Young Living income disclosure statement. This is something that we're actually required to share. This is in order to ensure that no one can make false income claims. So this is information from Young Living, this actual factual information, and we're required to share it for legal purposes because they don't want anyone making claims that they can't back up. And so when you get to that and you can see it, you can see that really is entirely up to you how much you want to make. So whether you want to do a couple $100 a month or a couple of $1,000s a month, our main suggestion is to treat it like a business and not a hobby, which includes that being intentional about your time, being consistent, and being focused when you work. Can you not figure it out?
There's something going on with the security where it's not allowing me to share my screen, but I can read it off if that's helpful.
Okay.
Would you like for me to read it off?
Sure.
Okay. So the average star makes around, this is monthly. So the average star, which is the first rank that you can hit with Young Living, makes around $20 a month. That helps to pay for their oils. Senior stars make around $129 a month. Executives, this is average. So we have people, if you have a bunch of signups or whatever, I mean, it could be higher than this, but executives make around $319 a month. Silvers make an average of $1,399 a month. Golds make an average of $4,388 per month. We always say gold is kind of like the career level income. That's more than I ever made before Young Living. Platinums make on average around $10,259 a month. Diamonds earn an average of $29,362 per month, which was so shocking to me to find out that was actually true. Crown diamonds earn an average of $59,212 per month, and Royal Crown diamonds make 6 figures a month. They make an average of $136,736. So that's per month, and that's pretty incredible. And it's real. Those are real numbers.
Numbers. So as you can see, there's a wide range on what you can achieve, not achieve, and how fast you can do it. All of those people too have done it in lots of different time frames. Okay, so what now? So if you have a Young Living account, you would simply log into it and select become a brand partner. When you become a brand partner, you receive, it's $30. I think it's actually $29.95. It's around $30, but you will actually receive business essential kits that has some really helpful information and tools in it that will help you start growing on your business. Whoever invited you to this call, if you saw my post or got an invitation from me or Gina, you can reach out to us, or if somebody else invited you onto this, I would recommend reaching out to them or to one of us, and we can help you with the next steps, making sure that you're plugged into our groups, that you're logged into our business calls, where we hold each other accountable and share and help each other out. If you're totally brand new to Young Living, then you're going to want to create an account by purchasing some products that will best help you and your family, and purchasing the business essentials kit. And again, whoever invited you onto this call would be more than thrilled to help you figure out what would best help with in order to start your Young Living business. I think the other beauty of this is with 600 different products, there's really different things you can focus on. So not everybody focuses on essential oils. We have a non-toxic natural makeup. And so you could just do makeup if that's your thing. If low toxic products are your thing, you could just do our cleaning stuff. We have an entire amazing supplement line. So if that's more your style, you could do that. There's weight loss products. So if that's more your thing, you could do that, or oils. Oils are our key. They are what started the business, and most everything that I just talked about has oils in it. And if you haven't fallen in love with oils, you will when you get them in your home. But if you don't feel confident, or that's just not your passion, but makeup is, then we have a place for you there too. So we just want to be super respectful of the time. It's been 30 minutes and we appreciate that you guys have logged on. We would be happy to answer any questions that you didn't get answered here. And if you're ready, or you're already a brand partner and you're just getting back in, or you're ready to jump in, then we would be more than happy to make sure that you're plugged in. We will be doing these calls monthly so that you guys can invite other people to them. And we want to make sure we keep them really short and sweet. So we're going to go ahead and end it now, but you're welcome to message either one of us privately on Facebook and ask us any questions that you didn't get answered here.
One thing, can I add one thing in closing? So whenever people ask me about the business, if people ever come to me and they want to lead with the business, they haven't signed up yet, but they're like, I think I see what you're doing and I think it's kind of cool and I want to make some extra money. So can you help me get started with the business? I take it a little backwards, and it kind of goes back to what Tiffany said about the unique style of our team. I always encourage them to get started using the oils and products first, because if you have a testimony and you have solved your own whatever your health issues or your home issues or whatever, if you have something that you love, if you have a hero product, 1 or 2 or 3, then growing this business is not going to be difficult at all. It will be very natural to you. So I always encourage people to get started, fall in love with the products, and then jump into the business. So that's what I would say in closing. Make sure you love it. Make sure you've used the stuff and that you can actually promote it with integrity, and the sky's the limit if that's the case. So yeah, reach out to us if you have any questions. We're here for you. And thank you so much for giving us your time tonight.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.